Hello and welcome to One Connection Away. I'm Jenny Courtney, founder of Your Global Connection, and this podcast is about real conversations about life, mindset, and growth, and the power of meaningful connections. And I have Steve Lee.
Yeah, I'm your co-host, and I work for Cross Country Mortgage, but I've been a Nevadan. I guess I call myself Nevadan. I've been here for over 40 plus years, so it's all about, not just work or making money. It's all about connecting people and helping the community. So this is what we do here. It's just connecting people, get people to know you, and it's sharing the wealth, sharing the knowledge.
Exactly. And each episode we feature one guest and one business, but we always start with the people behind the title. And because we truly believe we're all just one connection away from growth, clarity, and opportunity. So today we have a special guest, Janet Johnson. And she is nice to have you here. And Janet Johnson is the owner of All-in-One Beauty Company. So let's talk to her more about her business and also how she started and a little bit more about her life. So story behind the title. So tell us a little bit about you.
Outside of work.
Yes.
Outside of work, I love to sleep.
Same here.
But you're right. We need our naps. That's essential. No, outside of work, I'm goofy. I'm an introvert, and then I'm extroverted. I love to help people. I love to have fun. I love to make meaningful connections and just live life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Janet, you shared with us some life experiences that have shaped you the most. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I should have got a tissue for this one.
Yes.
I
know, right?
We need a tissue person.
No, but All-in-One Beauty actually started as Barbie Beauty. It was named after my grandmother. Her name is Beulah Barbara Jackson. And the guys, of course, because she was beautiful, would call her Barbie.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's named after her. After completing beauty school here, and I started in the beauty industry, let me go back, in 2017. So I started with lash extensions, then learned waxing, eyebrow threading, and tinting. And since coming to Vegas about 4 years ago, everybody at school was just like, you just do all in one, you do everything.
Yeah.
And so I had this feeling like I had a spiritual conversation, I'm going to say, with her, because it kind of was like, I don't want to change it, it's named after her. It meant so much, and she was just like, do it, change it, or whatever. So then All-in-One Beauty was born. So that's really the story behind it. And I'm such a tomboy. You probably wouldn't know it's because of curls and makeup. But I would
Tomboys
say,
got curls and makeup.
yeah.
Right?
When we
That's
take a
even
break
better.
out, yeah. But I was a heavy tomboy, didn't think about beauty. And my grandma, she would hate when I dressed up like a boy, but she loved when I dressed up like a girl. So after her passing in 2015, I felt like it was me coming out of that tomboy era, and every time I would get dolled up like a diva, she would call me, I would feel her smiling.
Aww.
So me coming into the beauty industry is the little piece of her that I have when I walk into every room, even when I'm speaking. Even today, I'm like, you're walking in as Beauty Barbara May, show them who you are, girl, because she was one of the girls who wasn't scared of anything in any room that she walked in. So that's how we came about.
She's in your spirit, right?
Very,
so
very.
knowing that, you got backup.
Yes. Yes.
That's a great inspiration behind All-in-One Beauty. So what season are you in right now?
I'm in the season of making sure that whether it's me or the people that I meet, their actions speak louder than their words.
True.
I've been a person that honestly believe words. If you tell me something, I'm taking that and it's gold. But, you learn in life later, we fall short. And we get disappointed. Words are words.
Exactly.
And when somebody tells you they're going to do something, once they make that immediate action, you're like, okay, you know that connection that you had with them was really good because they're actually following up with it. So
Exactly.
That's what season I'm in. I'm always in a growth mindset season.
I love
to
that.
learn. So yeah, that's kind of what the season I'm in.
And you did also mention 2 words that you have to let go of to grow. You said possession and control.
Yeah, possession
Yes.
and control. I'm a Taurus, so like we kind of, we're stubborn. I'm gonna roll my eyes because I hate when people say that, but we kind of have to have a sense of control sometimes. But I've noticed within like the last maybe year or two that just be at ease, just let it go, let it flow. You don't have, it doesn't have to be cookie cutter all the time.
True.
Perfect.
And
Right.
when I started to notice that I did let it go, I let I didn't want the control anymore. Everything else flowed, everything else elevated, and it's just like, this feels so much better than feeling like I'm walking on eggshells. I'm
Exactly.
hinged.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's not being possessive or in control of everything. It's like, if you want it, you got it.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna take the control anymore.
And it's true, because the only thing that you can actually control is your own thoughts, your own feelings, your emotions, but everything else, like, it is what it is, and you just have to adapt.
You can't control people,
Yes.
you know, but then
Absolutely.
you could choose
You can choose to
what
accept it.
what
or,
the people you want to deal with. So I think that's where it comes down to, like you were saying from your submission, that I mean, you have to be real. And
True.
I think people are over people just saying something, just say something, or
Yeah.
not following with the action. Because at the end of the day, what you say and action has to follow, and a lot of times what you say and action doesn't follow, and that's where you start to realize, like, they're not being real.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
real.
just saying what you want to hear.
Yeah, I use this other phrase. I actually got it from a church back home in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but it's true. So TRU is transparent, real, and unedited.
Oh,
T
I love that.
TRU.
TRU.
Shout out! I can't do that.
Real.
Shout out to Evolve Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Pastor Ken
Yeah.
Flock. He
Oh.
uses that. We're in a true church,
Yeah.
transparent,
True church.
real,
I
and
love that.
unedited. So I kind of
Unedited.
lead with that with any and everything I could do now.
And I think right now, with everything that's going on, church is important.
Yes.
I agree.
I mean, we're all struggling with different things that's happening. It's not right or wrong, but I think, I don't want to be religious, but
Yeah.
I think that it does help. To me, it soothes me, and
Yes.
I was going to church, and me and my wife weren't, and then we started going beginning of the year, and just doing that just makes us feel much better,
Yeah.
because
It
there's
uplifts
a lot
your
of stuff
spirit.
that's going on, and
Yes.
yeah.
Right. And so the definition of success, it changes over time. So how has that definition evolved in your life?
For me, I used to think success was a dollar sign. I used to think success was the Gucci belt, the red bottoms,
Yeah.
the nice car, all the things that I still do want, but I'm like, I can wait on it. Now, success is connections. Success
I like that.
is, and I'm going to say genuine, authentic connection. Because you can make a connection all day long, but if it's not genuine and authentic, then it could not lead anywhere.
Exactly.
And I feel like people remember you based off of the authentic connections that you have. The money will flow. I say your mindset matters over your money. Again, and it goes back to
Absolutely.
the connections.
Exactly. And what lessons did life teach you the hard way, but you are grateful for now?
I think it goes back to the believing the words first versus the actions. Like, now I'm really a person, like, I will watch how a person moves before
Exactly.
they tell me something. Like, now I'm having stronger discernment in the people that, I want around me, whether it's business or, personal. So just being new here, because I still feel like I'm new.
Yeah.
I've been here 4 years, but the last 2 years, I feel like I'm just now getting out and, learning, and just staying true to who I am. Like, if something doesn't sit well with me, like, not being naive and, like, giving so much grace that I'll be blindsided later.
Right. If it's not aligned with your values either, right? And I truly believe in real connections.
And that's your inner self telling you it's not right.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of times you see stuff and you want to believe in what you see, but it's what you feel and what they do is the truth. And Vegas is a special place, and once you get acclimated, you're here 4 years. I tell people that if you make it through 2-3 years, then you're going to love Vegas, Nevada forever.
Yeah.
It's different than anywhere else, but it's also a great place to live. I would never live anywhere else. I love to visit other places, but after about 5 days, then it's like I need to go back to Vegas.
You're
So,
ready to come home.
Yeah.
but also, you got to get your gut feelings also.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, moving here from California, I feel like the people here are more warm. They're more accepting and more open-minded. So I really like that about Vegas community.
I feel like it's a melting pot.
yeah,
It is.
That's what I was gonna
It
say.
is.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
is true.
Like
Yeah.
people say, like there's not a lot of culture in Vegas, but it's like I feel like it's a melting pot of
It is.
culture. Like you get everybody from everywhere, and again, it leads back to the connections. You just have to make the right connections to get where you want to be.
Exactly. That
No
is
matter who you are, you don't feel like you're different.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't, once you start traveling around different states and stuff, you still realize things hasn't changed and they make you feel you're different.
Exactly.
You know, here, like, we're all the same.
Exactly.
Like I said, we're a melting pot, and that's why I love here, because me and my wife were interracial, so it's a big change. And my daughter, she's me and my wife combined, so it's, I love Vegas.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me comfortable. This is home. This is where we're treated like we're people. Some places, it hasn't.
Not so.
It hasn't changed.
I agree.
So, how have relationships or the community played a role in your journey?
Well, since like stepping out, I want to say about 2 years ago, it's really played a community or a big, I'm gonna say, role on my growth as far as me like personal development wise and business wise. Meeting, I met you at church, so through another friend of ours, and it really makes me know that there's life outside of the strip. Because when you think
Exactly.
of Vegas, people think of the strip. They don't think that they can run a business. They don't think that they can have a life outside of the strip. And knowing that I was able to find a community, different organizations, people like you and, other people to help grow my business or even be like, a friend. I always tell people I don't want to just be here and be like your business buddy. Like, let's go grab food. Let's go grab coffee. Like, we don't have to be business all day long. We should be able to say, hey, let's go to happy hour or something.
Exactly.
So that's also helped my business because people think of me on the top of mind when they're just like, oh my God, my skin's messing up or whatever. Go to Janet, because they have that personable connection outside of business.
Exactly. So you also mentioned that, there's so many other connections out there, but not every connection is true, right? What makes a connection for you real and meaningful?
Going outside of business, because then I know that you truly want to get to know who Janet is, even outside of All-in-One Beauty. Who is this? Who is Janet Johnson? Because at the end of the day, we have to look inside ourselves, like, who are we if this business was, to go down south? Like, I want to know the deep-rooted, of this person. Why should I support this person? So I want somebody to know who I am, my goals, my actions, and everything before they even support my business the way that they do. Then you can know All-in-One Beauty, that's Janet. So that's what I feel like a true connection is. If you want to learn the story behind me and how I think, I move, and I navigate, and truly know that I move intentionally, then you're the connection that I would want to keep.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, speaking of connections, was there a particular person or a moment in your life that connection changed everything for you?
With this, if I may, with this one organization, I was kind of scared of going out to this event by myself because it was my first time ever going anywhere to try to meet new people or even talk about my business. I'm very shy when you first get to meet me, like especially when I'm in big groups.
You're like me.
Yeah,
That's me.
Like,
so
I'm
I
just
get it.
Little, standoffish in a sense. But I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop being that girl. So I actually went to the event by myself. It was a Ladies of Las Vegas event, and I guess it was their grand opening. I knew nobody there. No, I think I knew one person, and just looking at the women in the room, and even their husbands came too. So I was just like, oh, wow, their husbands.
Men's allowed.
Wow,
Yeah, boys are allowed. But just to see that the women there, and even I'm going to say the president, because most organizations you don't see the president like actually walking around greeting every single person
saying hi,
at a thing,
acknowledging.
Like it's normally, from what I see, they want the people to come to them. So I really felt like this is something that I can be a part of.
Right.
I feel like this was home. And then another friend of mine that I met like 2 years ago, I call her like my sister now. She's studying at Harvard right now for education. And she's helped me through a transition, and our conversations in the kitchen, I'm going to say, like just about like, Janet, I feel as though you were already like there, you were doing the work. Like you just have to expound and like keep doing the work, because you're on the right track. And just having somebody from the outside looking in, like you weren't doing it wrong, you were doing it right, and keep going, like that was refreshing, because you know we're all hard on ourselves at the end of the day. And for somebody that's new to us to see that, it's like a little boost.
Give yourself some grace, and that's where I think we struggle. We're our worst enemy in a way, right? Yeah. So
we are our own critics all the time. It's like even if you did, everyone thinks you did a great job. Sometimes, you know, you and yourself like, you know, there's always room for improvement, which is also a good thing. But we, like Steve said, we have to give ourselves grace.
I think that's the biggest piece. I mean, you also give other people grace, but you got to give yourself grace before you give yourself grace. And kind of going back to what you're talking about, it's, you know, I think your business, our business, it's there's a question about is it transactional or is it relationship? You know, and transaction is one time and you're done. When you build a relationship, that brings you more transactions. So it's building that relationship with people. You know, we're all people, and no matter what we do, it's connecting with people. So we just have to connect with people, you know, and care about people and be kind to people.
Dig deeper. It's one of the things that I say, like dig deeper with your mindset, dig deeper with your connections, and like the success will flow later.
Absolutely.
And I've heard from one of the trainings I've had in the past, the higher you want to go, the deeper you need to dig.
Ooh, I like that.
I know, right?
Like that.
Because it's like, and to me that's true. Like, I want to also improve myself, but to improve, I have to really heal inner, like those things that you have suppressed in the past, you know? Things like that.
Absolutely. That's how you move forward, right?
Absolutely.
I just saw something yesterday, somebody, if you look backwards, you're always going to be backwards, right?
Yeah.
And then you can't see what you're doing forward, so you have to move forward. The stuff that's happened in the past, that should help drive you, but it can't stop you, and you got to move forward with what your vision is. Then you got to look forward, because if you keep looking back, you're just gonna be looking back.
You have to do the work. And I got this from my sister at Harvard, and the work works is what we say to us, like when we get like frustrated or whatever, we're in our modes, we're like, okay, we got to do the work, because we know the work works.
Exactly. That is so true.
Absolutely.
So speaking of work and organization, let's talk more about your business now. Okay. So what do you do now, and why does it matter to you personally? All in One Beauty.
I am a mobile licensed advanced esthetician. So again, in the beauty and skincare realm, I deliver those services out of the comfort of your own home. And it means a lot to me, because growing up, I didn't see myself, you know, in providing that service, building that confidence, transforming my clients, and having them see myself. That's why it means a lot to me to build my business. And I just love I want to say, like the happiness my clients get when they get up from their facial, when they're getting their lashes done, and they're just like, oh my God, this looks way better. I don't have to spend time in the mirror putting some strips on, or, you know, something like that. So it means a lot to me when I can boost my clients' confidence. It means a lot when I can give them the transformation that they have been wanting to see, you know, within themselves, because it helps them inside, you know, from out, which what we all need to do. We need to work from the inside out. So that's why it means a lot for me in my business.
That's nice. And I also liked the fact that you said confidence is leverage. So tell me more about why you think confidence is leverage these days.
Because nobody is going to come to you if you're like very timid, if you're shy. Like I said before, I had to break out of that.
Exactly.
You have to, when you're confident, you want to speak your truth. You want to let people know
Someone's home.
You got a package at the door.
Sorry. I owe $20 to somebody. So, sorry.
Ring doorbell is not a sponsor, but here we are.
But you have to be confident within yourself, one, and then it'll pour on to what you do. And people love a confident person. People love somebody that they trust. So that's why I say confidence is leverage. They're not going to go to somebody if they're shy, they're timid,
True.
and so that's when you have to build that confidence.
Right. So who do you feel most called to serve through your work?
People who want to learn more about skincare and beauty. People who see that as a necessity and not a luxury. I want people to get that luxury word out of their head when they're thinking about beauty and skincare services, because again, when you dig deeper from the inside, your skin health is your health. So
Absolutely.
When you invest, I'm going to say, in your skincare needs or your beauty needs, you're actually fulfilling something that's deeper inside of you, whether you want to admit it or not. So I'm serving those people who really see that as like a must. Like, I want to be better, I want to feel better, I love this transformation, and I love how it makes me feel.
That's right. And what impact do you hope your work has on others?
Building them internally and it projecting, externally. And then I love to teach. So I want to be able to teach the next generation
Nice.
on beauty and skincare. And my ultimate goal is to open up a beauty school.
Nice.
So I'm going to cross my fingers on that.
Yeah.
But that I want to do it different than what's been out there. Honestly, beauty school wasn't a cakewalk. And, I took a lot of notes and okay, I want to change the trajectory on how people feel when walking out of beauty school. Because we have these hours that we have to commit to, but we still remain a student, after getting that degree and everything. So that's the impact that I want to make through my business, being a mentor and a teacher.
Okay, great. And how can people best collaborate with you?
You can best collaborate with me by following me on my Instagram at the number 1 in beauty, BEAUTY. Send me a DM. What else? I'm on Facebook, All in One Beauty, and then TikTok, I believe it's just All in One Beauty, lowercase, just to collaborate is the best. I prefer, if you want to collaborate, let's have a coffee meetup in person, and then we can, go from there and see if it fits.
Okay, sounds good. And what type of connections will be most valuable to you right now?
Connections where we just have the same mindset and vision. Connections with people that truly are on a growth mindset and not keeping themselves in a box, thinking outside the box, so that we can all grow. There's always a way to not stay so boxed in. So I always tell people, you can't keep me in a box. So I want to work with those people.
No, we need to be out of the box. Right now, there's nothing shipped in the box.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I think how you feel physically and exteriorly also affects how your mindset. So it's a combination of both.
Yes.
So if you feel good about yourself, then it also affects how you think and how you perform. So it's not vanity, but it just, you got to feel good about yourself.
Yes.
So if you feel good, then you could perform better. So that's what I talk about. My business is it's not just your mind, it's everything all together makes you whole and makes you perform better, and you could help people. And at the end of the day, I think what we do is I think we earn a living helping people is the way I look at what I do. And also I think the phrase, if you love what you do, it's not really work.
Yeah,
And if what you're doing is helping people, making them feel, then it's what you love.
Yeah,
True.
It doesn't feel like work. I honestly had a year where I went full time with my business, you know, for a year, and there were days where like I love this feeling, like I don't feel like I'm working, and when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. Yeah.
That's true. Is there anything that you're currently building or growing in your business?
Right now, I'm just growing meaningful connections.
Okay.
I'm growing my knowledge. I'm always remaining a student. So I'm just trying to figure out ways, whether it's me building more on a skill set or me building, you know, on marketing. And then I also, again, I want to be more of a mentor and teacher to people who are in beauty school or even graduate out of beauty school and didn't really grasp the concepts that they needed to grasp. You know, them coming to me to take courses and get that knowledge and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, who would you love to connect with next and why?
If we're talking about celebrity, I would love to connect with Emma Grede. If you're watching this, Emma, hit the girl up.
We will send it to
You
her.
never know.
Send it to
We'll
her.
send it
Right?
to Emma. Hi, Emma.
You never know.
No, I really just want to connect with really just genuine people who believe in, one, me, because the business is not going to start without me, and two, my vision. I don't want to connect with one-sided people. I want to connect and build with people who truly want to move the needle forward.
Absolutely.
And back up their, you know, their words with actions.
True.
Yeah.
That's very important. And so that concludes our podcast. And thank you so much for sharing your story, Janet. It's really nice to really, you know, share that with the world as well.
Yeah, with the knowledge and make people beautiful, right?
I know.
Inside and out.
Yes,
Inside and out.
If you get the confidence both, that's amazing, and it makes you more successful. And it just, at the end of the day, caring about yourself and really listen to what people say and what they really do. So we love what you shared with us.
Thank you. I enjoyed this. I don't know why I thought it was going to be like worse than what it was. But
No, this is just really natural
This is so
conversation.
nice.